So, magandang hapon po sa inyong lahat at magandang hapon po Ma'am Concepcion. Ito po ang topic ko, Chapter 7, The Mechanics in Police Writing. Ito po yung kadugtong ng nakarang reporting namin. Next please. Next po. Selection and use of words in police writing. The investigator need to be a grammarian or an expert prose stylist in order to communicate clearly his written facts, but it is necessary that he must first study the three basic units comprising any written matters which are words, sentence, and paragraph in order to present his ideas to his readers. Kumbaga dito, sa kakano dito, bilang isang police investigator, ay kailangan natin maging isang grammarian, kumbaga maging malawak yung pag-iisip natin sa paggawa ng investigation. Kumbaga dapat isang maging dalubhasa para maipaabot ng malinaw ang kanyang nakasulat at dapat ito ay purong katotohanan lamang. Kumbaga dapat pag magsusulat ka ng police report o police writing, dapat ang isasaad mo doon purong katotohanan lamang siya at walang halong kasinungalingan. Tapos sabi dito in police report writing, words are the only tools of communication. The first integral part which make up the narration of facts. It is then the responsibility of investigator to make a reader understand the written report through the use of an adequate vocabulary and the selection of the right words to narrate the facts of the crime him. Sabi naman dito bilang isang police investigator dapat meron tayong responsibilidad na ng na maunawaan ng isang mababasa yung nakasulat na ulat sa pamamagitan ng paggamit ng sapat na na bokabularyo, kumbaga, at pagpapili ng mga tamang salita na isalaysay sa kanya ang mga katotohanan ng krimen. Kumbaga dito may example ako na binigay dito halimbawa kapag di marunong ang isang tao na makaintindi ng English, kumbaga dapat naka naka lahat ng nakasaad dito sa iyong police writing Pilipino para maintindihan natin o magets na mabasa o ang tunay na o gusto mo iparating sa iyong police writing. Next, vocabulary of diction. Vocabulary means the supply of words which we know and which we use, whether speaking of writing, how good our fourth writer. We are is party dependent on our vocabulary and its supply consists only the words which we can use effectively. If our supply of words is limited, it points only one cause we have not developed the good habit extensive reading or literatures in police field and criminology new words of new meaning for familiar police words and first learning in reading. Sinabi na ang pagkakaintindi ko sa vocabulary of diction, ito yung mga salita na alam natin kumbaga at kung yung aling ginagamit natin pag sa tao man pagsusulat. Kumbaga a good dictionary is very carefully edited written matter which can improve our vocabulary. It contains a great deal of useful information beside the definition. It is a source where an interested police report writer can develop his vocabulary because he can discover the reason as to why author good and particular word. Ito naman yung kumbaga ito yung kailangan natin sa paggawa ng police report o police writing. Dapat dito dapat dito ang isang police ay merong malawak na pagbabasa o pag-iisip sa mga bagong salita o bagong kulugan. Kung may mga alias ganun pagkagawa ka ng mga police report. Next, diction. Diction, on other hand, means the correct choice of words, selecting the exact, precise, objective words to convey meaning. Ideas are simply transmitted by the use of words that your reader easily understand. The simple the simple rule is to present your report of your readers' convenience. In reporting the facts, the investigator must be carefully choosing the words that are appropriate of any of the five physical senses of sight, smell, touch, taste, and heading through which of facts. Dito naman yung yung sa diction, dito yung dito naman dapat ng isang investigator dapat maingat sa pagpili ng mga salitang naangkop sa alinman, mga physical na pangungusap na paningin, amoy, pangawak, panlasa, at kung saan ang katotohanan ay totoo, dapat katotohanan lagi. Then sentence structure. Exam. The use ay sentence structure. Good English grammar is important in a writing course. It is not only the study of words, forms, and function in a sentence, but also of putting words together into
May signal
sentences
ka
and
doon
sentence
sa ano?
paragraph. That one will be. Saul, ano ka?
Wala, wala.
Off mic ka pre, off mic ka. Off mic ka, off mic. Off mic ka Saul, off mic. Then
Hello,
sentence
pre.
structure. Off mic ka pre, nagre-record na pre.
Narinig
Off mic pre, off mic. Sentence structure. Okay na Sam? Sentence structure. Good English grammar is important in the writing course. It is not only the study of word, forms, and function in a sentence, but also of putting words together into sentences and sentence paragraph. That one will be able to express his true thoughts, ideas, and desires most cogently and logically since technical writing is very much associated with the identification of problems, proposal, solution, existing goals, and future conditions. The writer work is sought has no alternative but to be proficient in the language that chooses to communicate with. Kumbaga yung sentence structure hindi siya about sa sa grammar. Ito yung kung paano pagsasama-samahin yung mga words. Halimbawa yung yung isang witness, meron pang isang witness. Halimbawa may crime scene, merong isang witness, tapos meron pang isang witness. Kumbaga, kung magi-interview ko sa kanila, dapat kung magi-interview ka sa kanila, dapat pagsasama-samahin mo siya at yung kukuhain mo lang yung talagang the best na na nasasabihin kumbaga parang totohanan talaga. Next, meron siyang tatlong three kinds of essential of narrative. Next. One, settings. In writing investigate report, the settings the introductory paragraph. It must first be presented to the reader. It refers when the time and date of occurrence or discovery of the crime and subsequently reported to the police. This is followed by where the scene of or location of the crime or where dead body was discovered in investigative procedure. The place where the body was discovered could not be classified or considered as the crime scene because the place where the body was found is in always the actual scene where the victim is killed. He could have been killed somewhere else or in a moving vehicle and dumped down somewhere in other places. Dito sa settings ang pagkakaintindi ko yung sa paggawa ng investigative report siya. Ito dapat ang unang-una o pinakamalaga ang time kung kung anong oras na nangyari ang krimen. Kumbaga pag pansinin mo pag sa mga police report, police writing ganyan. Meron silang oras kung saan sila nangyari ang krimen and date ang pinakaimportante kung kailan nangyari ang krimen. Susundan nito ng kung saan nangyari ang krimen, ang crime o saan natagpuan ng ang mga patay. Kumbaga nga, dapat importante sa police report na mababasa ng mga tao kung saan location nila at ang ang date, gano'n, ng oras, ang pinaka-importante. Two, character. It is a second essential in the narrative which refer to the people involved, the victim is the suspect, and the witness. Dito naman sa number 2, yung ito yung ano yung essential in the narrative which refers to the who, sila yung tao na involved. Kung sino ang tao na involved, tapos sino ang biktima, sino ang suspect at ang witness. Then next 3, action. It refers to what, the nature of the crime, why the motive of the crime, and the how the modus operandi. In writing a crime, a police officer usually begins with the time and the date when the crime was discovered and when it was reported to the authorities. This is followed by the place or where the crime occurred or where the victim found. Is followed by the place or where the crime occurred or the victim found, and hence the presentation of the facts of the case must be the sequence of its happening. If the 5 Ws and H will be answered with the facts presented in the court, then report is complete. Dito naman sa sa action. Kumbaga, it refers kung paano ginawa ng krimen, why, kung ano ang motibo bakit ginawa niyang krimen. Dapat dito rin nakapaloob sa crime report yung yung 5 Ws ang pinakamahalaga. Pagbabasahin ng mamabasa. Kumbaga dapat lahat ng 5 Ws masasagot dito pag gumawa ka ng police report or crime report. Ito yung 5 Ws na dapat mo kailangan sagutin. What, who, when, where, why, and how will be answered. Kumbaga dapat ma-answer mo siya by the facts na na nagpe-present. Kumbaga puro katotohanan lagi ang mo, ang isusulat mo in this report. Paragraph instruction. A paragraph is a sentence or a group of properly related sentence expressing a topic or idea. The topic sentence tell what the sentence in the paragraph are about. Usually, it is the first sentence in the paragraph. Paragraphing is a method of alerting the reader to a shift in focus this report. Dito naman sa paragraph construction, ito yung grupo ng mga sentence na kadalasan may kita sa first sentence. Kumbaga, pag sinabing grupo ng sentence, ito yung pag sinabing grupo ng sentence, basta ito yung yung kadalasan natin na nakikita sa first sentence. Next, please. Steps in writing paragraph. First, you note to provide the key or topic sentence and the outline for the paragraphs. Check for completeness and rearrange sentence if necessary. Second, write the paragraph in active voice style using 12 to 15 words sentence. Paragraph in police reports. Generally, the 5 to 7 sentence or approximately 100 words. However, it is acceptable in police words reports to write 1 or 2 sentence paragraphs. 1 or 2 sentence paragraph are used to mark transition in report from one topic or section to another. Use mark transition for typically going from the interview of the victim to the interview of the witness. Incident, the beginning of each paragraph or skip 1 or 2 lines between paragraphs. Next, characteristic of paragraph. Unity. Perceive the unity of the paragraph. A paragraph should develop a single topic, the key sentence. Every sentence in the paragraph should contribute to the develop of the single ideas. Kung ba pag sinabi natin unity, ito yung mapanatili natin magkakaisa ng mga paragraph o mga words. Dapat ito bumuo ng ng solong paksa. Ang pangunahing pangungusap bawat pangungusap sa talata ay dapat magbigay ng ng contribution sa pagbuo ng isang solong idea. Coherence. Compose the paragraph so it is read coherently. coherence make it is easy for the reader to follow the facts and events. It reflects clear thinking by the report writing. A clearly stated chronological order of events make it the paragraphs and therefore and report coherent. Pag sinabi naman natin anong coherence, ito yung ano yung pagkakaugnay-ugnay ng ano na o pagbuo ng talata at yung ano yung upang mabasa ito ng husto. Tapos kumbaga ito yung ano yung ito rin ay ginagawang ano madali para sa mamabasa na ano sundin ang mga ano katotohanan at pangyayari. Next hindi, development. Paragraph should be adequately developed. The first step is to consider the central ideas for an example or specific quotes. Include relevant facts, details, or evidence. Explore and explain the cause of an event or the motives of the suspect. The result may be an explanation of how the event occurred finally. Finally, describe the scene, injured, or other pertinent. Next consider the following suggestion. Repeat key sentence from paragraph to paragraph. Use pronouns in the place of key. Use pointing words, for example, this, that, and those. Use thought connecting words such as however, moreover, or also, nevertheless, therefore, thus, subsequently, indeed, then, and accordingly. Arrange sentence chronological order. Third, proofread your word if necessary, correct mistakes, and rewrite the paragraph or report. Next, punctuation. Punctuation marks are the reader what road signs are. They make it easier to understand what a person has written. Punctuation marks are the customary marks that determine whether a sentence is clear or it has the full meaning. The aim of punctuation mark is to make the report as clear as possible. Its purposes are to separate the written matter into sentence, to subdivide the sentence into words groups, and to let your reader know that you have written your report of his reading convenience. Dito naman pag sinabi natin punctuation meron itong punctuation na merong punctuation ay para maayos basahin at madaling maintindihan ng reader. Kumbaga kapag gagawa ka ng police report, hindi hindi siya mararambol kung hindi maghahalo-halo o hindi madudugtong-dugtong yung ang bawat salita. Tapos kung makikita natin yung sa example sa PPT yung open the fire and example ko dito yung sa punctuation yung punctuation can make the difference in a sentence. Compare the following sentence. Open the fire. Kung pag sinabi natin example natin open the fire. Meron ka ditong makikitang tutuldok at tutuldok nga at none our own troops will be of range. Open fire at none our own troops will be out of range. Kumbaga meron ko makikitang ditong tutuldok or colon bagong sumunod the words. Diba? Makikita naman natin sa example yung yung open the fire tutuldok after the words na susunod. Tapos tutunan na or kung ano sumusunod the words. Yan yung isa sa mga kinds ng punctuation na makikita pa natin mamaya ang bawat isang mga kinds ng punctuation. Next, yan nga yung mga yung mga example niya, o mga exercises niya. Ayan, no? Try to find out the difference in the meaning of the two just because of change of placement of punctuation. Ito yung mga yung mga exercises na sa mga punctuation. Yan. Again, try to find out the difference meaning of the two sentences because of the change in the placement of punctuation use. Yan, makikita natin yung mga tutulbog dyan or colon. Next, the two, ay meron, ang punctuation ay merong the two, dalawang kinds of punctuation marks are and punctuation marks. These are punctuation marks found at the end of every sentence. These are period, question mark, and exclamation point. Period. Ano, pag sinabi natin end punctuation mark, ito yung makikita natin sa dulo ng paragraph o sentence. Ito ay yung period, question mark, and exclamation mark. Tapos meron itong kapaloob na period. Unang natin period. Period are used with initials and abbreviation after a statement, command, a request, an indirect question, and at the end of a sentence. Ngayon, pag sinabi ng period, ito yung ginagamit natin sa pagpapaikli ng sentence. At ito rin yung makikita natin sa pagkatapos ng mga pangusap for sentence. Kumbaga kung mapapansin natin dito sa example na to, Mr. and Ma'am, yan, pinaikli nga niya. Roger Perez and Jr. Babe Ruth started his career as a journalist. Yan, tuloy yung tuldok sa pinakadulo. LB Lokban, yan. Pinaikli niya, stop where are you are. Yan, may ng tuldok. He asked if she could identify the suspect. Will you please give me the report today? Yan, diyan natin makikita yung mga example na kung saan ka maglalagay ng mga tuldok. At paano paigsiin yung words na ginagamitan ng tuldok. Exam, question mark. You use a question mark after the direct question and in a sentence containing more than one question. But it question is not complete until the final words of the sentence and the question mark is placed on the end. Dito naman sa question mark, ito yung yung ginagamit natin. Ay gagamitin mo lang pala sa question mark yung kung ang pangungusap mo ay ah, patanong at nilalagay lamang ito sa may dulo. Kumbaga, ayan, may natin sa example yung, did you see what happened? Did you see the suspect? Are you are you sure of his name, his age, his address? Yan, dyan natin nilalagay yung mga question mark. Then, exclamation mark. You use exclamation mark to give this emphasize or to show strong feeling to a word, phrase, or sentence. Use exclamation points only when you quoting someone. Ito naman pag sinabi natin exclamation mark, ito yung ginagamit kapag ang sentence ay nagpapakita ng posibleng damdamin. Yan. Makikita natin sa example yung yung drop the gun. What? Parang emotion. Lay is committed suicide. Yan. Diyan yung ginagamit yung exclamation mark. Kumbaga nagpapakita nga siya ng emotion. So, number 2. Inside punctuation marks. These are punctuation marks found or used inside every paragraph. These are comma, semicolon, quotation, marks, parentheses, hyphen, apostrophe, and others. Next time. And inside punctuation pala ito yung natagpuan sa loob bawat paragraph. Ito ay yung comma, yan, semicolon. Next time. Comma. Use comma to separate the independent clauses of a found sentence. Kung pag sinabi natin comma, ito yung pag-iwalay sa independent clause sa compound sentence. Kung sinabi natin independent clause, ito yung yung makakatuyo siya, hindi siya dumidepende sa ibang phrase or sentence. Kaya, yan, tulad ng example natin. We will conduct the raid now. Yan, makikita natin yung yan, yung independent clause yung dito. Or later will be too late. Yan yung compound sentence. Yan, may nakita natin example yung use to comma, use comma to set up a positiveness that is an expression that explain or give addition information about the preceding expression. Kumbaga dito naman sa kumbaga dito ginagamit din natin yung comma pag kung ang tao ay hindi describe mo siya ng marami. Yan, halimbawa natin diyan yung yung example natin. PO12 video CDB police investigator from Manila Police District. We killed by unknown person at his resident. Kung mapapansin natin yan sa paggawa natin ng police report, yung description ng tao, yun. Ayun yung ano yung ibig sabihin ng ano, positiveness para sa akin. Then, use comma to separate the name of a city from the name of province or state, or to separate the name of the province or state from the rest of the sentence. Kumbaga, ginagamit na din ng comma yung ano yung mga lugar, mga pangalan ng lugar. Halimbawa dito yung San Juan, Santo Tomas, Batangas, Manila, Philippines. Next, use comma to separate the day of the month from the year. Ginagamit na rin natin yung comma ng comma yung ano, yung date, month, ganun, taon. March 7, 2003. Yan, example natin. December 28, 1949. Use comma to indicate the one where one or more words easily understood have been omitted. Yan, example natin, the candidates got 53,000 votes in Batangas. In Manila, 102,000. Then yung mga ginagamitan natin ng ano ng isa rin, pwede natin gamitin ng kama yan, yung mga 53,000 na yan. Tapos pwede rin tayong gumamit ng tutuldok in Manila, 102,000. Use comma to separate introductory word from the rest of the sentence. Example natin dyan yung ano, yung yan, no, I will not attend the reunion party of Monday, yan. Yan yung example niyan ng introductory word of the rest of the sentence. Use comma between the name, NINC, sir, junior, etc. Kumbaga pag nilalagyan din natin ng ano ng example natin yun, yung Joaquin V. Maglinaw Jr. Yan, ginagamitan rin natin ng ano yan, ng comma. Then, use comma when writing figures in thousand but not in street room, post office boy, and telephone numbers. Next, yan, example natin yung 100,000 na yan. Ginagawin din natin ng kama yan. Yung 419 Innocentius yan. Use comma before a word of words that are common to two or more phrases but are expressed only after the last phrases. Example natin yun, the paper contained many, if not all, the statement said by the witness. Use comma to set direct quotations. Example, there are there's something I have to tell you, said the woman victim. Use comma to separate words, phrases, a series. Example natin dyan yung Regina brought over-the-counter television, video, camera, and toothbrush to the office. Yan, ginagamit na natin ng comma para hindi magsama-sama yung ano yung bawat words. Hindi tayo mahirap magbasa, hindi tayo basta hindi rin magsama-sama yung mga words. Kumbaga ano, madali siyang basahin at maintindihan. Exam, colon. It is used, colon. It is used after a word, phrase, or sentence that introduces at least a series, tabulation, extracts, text, explanation to the introductory words. The request, the the request test must be present criminal intent, criminal act, and resulting death. Yun, pag sinabi natin colon, kumbaga ito yung ano, yung, ang colon ay ginagamit sa oras, footnote, bibliography, verses, or salutation in the business letter. Ito yung example niya. It is used to indicate clock time unless the time indicate on the time. Example natin 9:30 p.m., 12 o'clock a.m. It is used footnote or bibliography to separate the name of the city publication from the name of publisher. Yan, example natin Lingard, JD9 Stories, Boston, 3. Later Brown and Company, 1981. It is used in biblical reference to separate verse in chapter. Yan. Example natin Isaiah 8 verse 1, Genesis 1 verse 1. Exam. And it is used after salutation to a business letter. Makikita natin yung salutation sa mga sa mga letter, ganyan. Kung bibigyan ng letter, ganyan, bis letter. Dear President Smith, to whom, example natin, yung Dear President Smith, to whom it may concern. Dash, it is used to set up explanatory clauses and to indicate abrupt changes in the continuity of expression. Kumbaga dito na pag sinabi natin dash, ito yung ano, yung pang hihiwalay mo yung words or phrases para ano, magkaroon ng ibang expression or tone sa pagbasa. Yan, example natin dyan yung ano, yung the last time I talked to Jean, it must been 2 weeks ago. She was denying in the rumors. Yan, meron tayong example na it is used before or after a clause that summarizes a series of words or phrases instead of a colon. Example natin yung ano dyan, criminal intent, criminal acts, and insulting to death. These requisites must be present. It is used to give emphasis. Example natin din yung ano, she donated the books, my books to the library. Yan. Yun yung ano, yung makikita natin yung ano, colon na yan, yung ano, hindi, yung colon, yung dash na yan, yan eh. Yung, kumbaga, pag-iwalay nga, para magkaroon siya ng ano, ng ibang expression sa or sa pagbasa. Next, ellipsis. The ellipsis is used when you are quoting and want to omit words. The investigation conducted was part of the agreement signed by the commissioner officer. Ang ellipsis naman ano, ito yung ginagamit siya sa ano, sa pag-quote or kung gusto mo buwasan ng mga words, ganun. Hyphen. It is used to join words combined into a single adjective. Pag sinabi naman natin hyphen, ito yung ano, yung ginagamit sa pag-combine. Kung ang ellipsis ay nagbabawas, ang hyphen naman ay nagko-combine. Kumbaga ano, nagko-combine ng two words tapos ang outcome nito ay ano, isa single adjective. Parenthesis. Ayan, example natin sa hyphen ano, it is used to join words combined into a single adjective. Yan. Well to do, and part-time, yan. Parenthesis, it is used to enclose explanatory expression that are outside to the general structure of the sentence. Kung sinabi na natin parenthesis, ito yun yung ginagamit siya para sa ano, isama ang isang words or explanatory expression that outside of general structure of sentence. Kung baka ano, ito yung example ng ano, parenthesis. Uh, the movie, I think its title is The Words According to Gar, was shown in the theaters 10 years ago. Yun yung example ng parenthesis. And yung ano, yung I think its title is The Word According to Gar. Next, um, ito rin yung example ng parenthesis eh, no? Kung makikita natin. It is used in close to figure when it follows amount or written out in words. Kumbaga, pwede natin parenthesis yung mga, ano, yung mga, example natin ito yung 2,700. Kumbaga yung pinaka number na ito, pwede natin i-parenthesis. It is used to enclose letters or numbers and enumerate into text. Example natin dyan yung ano, the published two kinds of literature. 1. Kumbaga para madali nga siyang unawan yung mabasahin. Fiction and 2. Yan, may parenthesis yan. Non-fiction. Kumbaga, pag, ano, madali nga siyang basahin mo matindihan na nakaseparate siya. Then, quotation marks. It is used and close the exact words of a speaker or writer. Example natin, pag sinabi natin quotation marks, ito yung ginagamit para bigyan, diin, ang sinasabi ng speaker or author. Example natin yan yung ano, yung will you take $1,000 the lady rider. Yan yung example. It is used to enclose an unusual words or phrases. Example natin, the natives called the horse daw and claim that it was the cause of the death of the people. It is used to enclose the title of essays, stories, film, etc. Yan, may tayong example na ano, Steven Spell birds directed, skinders is. Yan. Exam. How to charger? Semicolon. Semicolon na ba? Uh, usually found in a compound sentence. It used to separate two long clauses that are punctuated by commas. Pag sinabi naman natin ah semicolon, ito yung ginagamit sa para paghiwalayin yung yung mahabang clauses, at ginagamit din ito kung ang dalawang sentence ay may isang nais na ipakahulugan. Yan, it is used to separate tulong, yan nga, tulong clauses that are punctured by commas. Example natin dyan yung Ronald used to be talented ball player. Consistent honor student and active participant in extracurricular activities. Yan, nahiwalay siya. But during the semester, he seemed disoriented, clumsy, and fragile. Yan. It is used when two sentences are closely connected in the meaning. Yan nga. The sky is dark. Example, the sky is dark and the breeze is cool. It looks like it's going to rain again. Capitalization. Why do have need capitalization? A capital letter is a special sign. It denotes importance, worth, and dignity. It assists a police investigator or writer to find main ideas or names of persons and places in a line of writing or print. Pag sina, next yun nga, pag sinabi natin capitalization, ito yung kailangan daw natin na capitalization, dahil ito yung nagbibigay o nagpapagwatig na ang isang word ay mahalaga. Ayan, or mas mahalaga kaysa sa ibang words na kasama nito sa isang sentence. Ginagamit din parang ginagamit din ng capitalization para mas madaling makita ang isang word na importante sa length ng bawat salita. Next Next ayun na. A capital letter serves to emphasize official title, sentence, open quotations. Capitalization is a practical device that shows you that certain words are more important than other. Capital letters carry out their function when properly used because they of keywords visually. Rules of capitalization. Yun nga, dito nga yung yung sinabing rules of capitalization, to yung dapat natin i-capital letters. Capitalize the first letter in a sentence. Kung sabi dito, ang dapat ng i-capitalize daw yung yung dapat ang first letter ng sentence. Kung bago ka magsimula ng pagsusulat, yung first letter mo dapat naka-capitalize. Then, two, example natin, the Philippine National Police are in full red alert status beginning tomorrow. Yan, may kita natin yung yung first letter niya na yan, naka-capital. Capitalize the beginning letter of days and months. Kung sabi naman dito, i-capital daw yung yung first letter sa pagsulat, kaya pag nagsulat ka ng kung anong araw at kung anong buwan. Example na ito, Sunday, Monday, March, December, yan. Capitalize the beginning letter of proper noun. Example, United Nation Engineer Raymond M. Macanta. Ngayon, i-capitalize daw yung first letter ng proper noun. Example natin yung pangalan ng tao. United Nation Engineer yan, Raymond M. Canta. 4. Always capitalize the pronoun. Ngayon, pag sinabi natin uh, sa number 4, i-capitalize daw yung pronoun. Kung example natin dito yan, yung after exhaustive interview of a witness, I am ready to write to the report. Yan yung example niya. 5. Capitalize names of the seasons if there are personified. Yan, i-capitalize daw yung names ng seasons kung Ito ay nakaka-personified o yung kumakatawan bilang tao. Example natin dito yung ah, ah, winter's embrace. Yan, snow, not personified yan. Kita natin yung sa example yan. Number 6. Next capitalize words that show family relationships when these are used with persons' names or when they stand unmodified as a substitute for a person name. Example natin yan, we are very grateful of our nang-nangs unwavering support. Pag sinabi natin ang pagkakaintindi ko sa number 6 is capitalize daw yung letter na nagpapakita ng relationship sa isang tao. Or yung letter na ginagamit ang pangalan ng tao o kung ginagamit bilang pang-substitute sa pangalan ng tao. Then, number 7, capitalize names or historical events, historical periods, and historical documents. Yan, example. Ikaw at least doon yung tumutukoy sa historical periods, historical documents. Example natin dyan yung EDSA Revolution, Labor Day, World War II. 8. Capitalize language but not school subject unless they are names of, of specific course. Example natin, pag sinabi number 8, i-capitalize daw yung language, dapat hindi ito sa school subject unless pangalan ito ng specific course. Example natin yung English, chemistry, biology, chemistry, mathematics, yan. Number 9, capitalize titles of peoples if they are followed by name. Yung sinabi na i-capitalize daw yung tao kung ito ay nasundan pa ng isang pangalan. Yan, ng pangalan. Yan. Example, General Mendiola, the good mayor of Maynila, and Governor Dante Juan, the kind governor of Laguna. Then, capitalize section of a country but do not capitalize direction. Pag sinabi naman number 10, i-capitalize daw yung section ng isang bansa o yung pangalan ng lugar na nasa loob ng isang bansa pero hindi yung direksyon. Huwag mo i-capitalize yung direksyon. Yung example natin yung live in Santa Rosa, Laguna, which is situated south of Manila. Yan, yung example niya. Number 11, next capitalize reference to the diet Jet Li in to the titles or religious holy books. Yan, example natin yung Bible, Lord, Creator, Good Almighty. Synonyms, antonyms, and homonyms. Synonyms are words used when you cannot spell the words you want. These are different words or phrases in the name language that have a similar meaning. For example, the words in larger are synonyms in comparing books or comparing rocks and pebbles, either one could be used in a sentence. Kumbaga pag sinabi ng synonyms, ito yung ah, magkasing kahulugan yan. Pinaka-maiksi, kasing kahulugan. Example natin, rocks are bigger yan than pebbles. Rocks are larger than pebbles. Yan. Next, antonyms are the antonyms are used words that have opposite meaning. For example, happy and sad are antonyms. Pag sinabi na naman nating antonyms, ito yung kung sa synonyms ay magkasing kahulugan, sa antonyms naman yung magkasalungat. Magkasalungat for, ayun nga, magkasalungat. Example natin yun yung I am happy because the visitors have left. And I am sad because the visitor have left. And when the word happy in the sentence is replaced by the word sad in the second sentence, the meaning of statements changes. This is because the meaning of the word sad is not happy. In the second sentence, it is as said, I am not happy because the visitors have left. This exact opposite of what you said in the first sentence. Next, ayan yung mga example nila. Ayan, word, synonyms, Antonyms, yan. Eh, yung ano nga ulit pag synonyms, yung magkasing kahulugan. Pag sinabing antonyms, magkasalungat. Ito yung mga ano, yung mga example ng synonyms and antonyms. Word, abbreviate, shorten, abbreviate, pagdating sa synonyms, shorten, compress, condense. Antonyms, length, enlarge. Yung word na isa hindi ko nalakas dahil nagkulang at nabura sa aking PowerPoint. Then, blacklist, pagdating synonyms, ban, exclude. Pagdating sa antonyms, welcome, accept. Ayan. Brownie, pagdating synonyms, ban, exclude, brownie, athletic, healthy. Ano, pagdating sa antonyms, anemic, frail. Yan. Ayun yung mga, ano, yung example ng synonyms and antonyms. Uh, Next, yan, isa rin yan. Mga example ng synonyms and ano, ng antonyms. Basta ano lang, tandaan lang lagi pag sinabing synonyms, ito yung magkasingkulugan. Pagdating sa antonyms, ito yung ano, magkasalungat. Yan. Next, ah, okay, ito yung mga ano, yung mga example ng ano ng antonyms and synonyms. Yan, yung prodigal, misbehave, yan, dependable, yan. Pag ano, yung ano, word na yarn, yan. Pagdating sa synonyms, desire or less. Sabay pagdating sa antonyms, dislike, hate. Tas sa uli ko na, next reporter.
So ayan, ito yung karugtong ng report ni Castro. Homonyms are words pronounced alike but different in meaning. They are spotted differently. The meaning of such words is usually made clear by the context, but their spelling is likely to cause trouble. Trouble. So ayan, ibig sabihin niyan, ano, parehong sinabi niya kanina, yung if synonyms, yung sa synonyms naman are word that different in pronunciation but the same in meaning, and antonyms are word opposite in meaning to another, yung sinabi niya kanina. Ang homonyms naman are pronounced alike but different in meaning. Ito yung mga salita na kung bibigkasin natin pareho lang pero magkaiba ang kahulugan. Kaya kung hindi ito ginagamit sa sentence, malamang malilito tayo kung ano ang kahulugan ng mga ito. Here are some example of homonyms. Iyan yung mga example. Aid, help, aid, assistant, to, ayan. Pasunod-sunod niyan, allowed, permitted, allowed in a voice that can be heard. Number 4, bail, money, pledge as security, bail, large, bound, bundle of straw. Ayan, pasunod-sunod na po yan. Brake, device for reducing speed, brake, divided, divide or separate, buy, obtain in exchange, buy, near, beside, buy, short for goodbye, cage, surrender, seed plants, fertilized, site, quick or mention, site, ability to see, site, location, iba-iba yung iba-ibang spelling pero nagkakasing tunog sila pero ano, iba yung mga kahulugan nila. Next. Next, Sam. And ito yung sunod. Dear, much love. Ayan, pasunod-sunod na po yan. Pakibasa na lang po pag titignan nyo na lang po. Practice exercise right sentence which make us the following synonyms. Ito yung number 1, ignorant, illiterate, untaught, ito, unlettered, uneducated. Ibig sabihin dito, ano, For example, number one, the synonyms of the word are illiterate, untaught, unlettered, uneducated. Yun yung, yung sinasabi niyan. Here's the sample sentence. She was uneducated about the danger of the drug. It was an ignorant mistake. Yun yung sample nun. Next, ito na, number 9. Flock, flock, later, fuck, here, Kobe, judge, arbiter, campfire, abbreviator, reference. Ito naman, wait lang. Determine whether each pair of words is a set of synonyms or antonyms. Number 1, actual, facilitation, fictitious, wait lang. Ibig sabihin dito sa letter B, yung determine whether each pair of words. Ibig sabihin dito, first we may look of the meaning of actual, meaning existing in fact typically is concentrated with what was intended, expected, or believed, and the meaning of fictitious is relating to or characteristic of fiction or unreal, meaning the two words are antonyms. Okay, yun yung ibig sabihin dyan. Pakibasa na lang po yan isa-isa. Nagigets naman po natin kung anong mga ibig sabihin po niyan. Next po. C. Write down homonyms of the following words. Ayan yung sunod. Ace, altar, art, 8, bail, ball, B, blue, boulder, bot, break, by, claw, course, 15, beach, bell, bean, cord, 19 days, 20 deer. Next po. Next po. Okay, dito naman, underline the correct answer of the words in parentheses. Did you follow your fathers? Did you follow your fathers? Nandito, parentheses, advice. Kaya lang po dyan mamili. The lawyer imply comported for his good counsel. Parang pare-parehas po yung ang kinakaiba lang po yan, yung tamang spelling dapat ma-correct natin dito. Ito yung parang practice na kailangan natin gawin. Egg, yolk, parehas silang parang yung pagbigas yolk, pero iba yung spelling nila. When contains vitamin is a good for the eyes. Okay? Hanggang number 10 po ata yan. Next. Okay. Syllabication and syllabication, it is the division of words into syllable to indicate word division at the end of the line. The division is indicated by a hyphen. Okay, dito naman sa syllabication, is a division of words into syllable to indicate words division. We have rule when it comes to divide words. Here is the number 1 rule. Word should divided only at the end of the complete syllable. For example, universe, yun yung example. Universe. Then let's put an hyphen before the last syllable to so T. Parang dadagdagan natin ng T tapos W, ay T tapos Y. Kaya university. May hyphen siya sa may ano, syllable na po tayo. So ayun, ay ito na yung mga example. Ito nga yung binabasa ko kanina. Nawala tayo eh. One letter should not stand alone in a line. Wrong. Ito yung wrong appointment. Yung correct, yung lalagyan mo lang ng ano niya, ng hyphen. Yung AP, dapat may pare siya. Appointment. Parang ganun ba? Ito naman number 3. Compound words are divided between their main parts. Ito naman, yung parang common sense na din sa atin. Textbook. Parang ganun. Yung parang kailangan talaga siya ng hyphen para ma-pronounce natin yung words. Next po. Ito na. May example. A word that is ordering is a constant and is a double when adding a suffix should and hyphenated between the double letter beginning beauty beautiful lagyan natin ng kasi may hyphen beautiful beautiful 5 a two syllable word not divided unless it contains letter or more credit acceptability repair morning. Okay. Yan, pasunod-sunod na po yan. Pakibasa na lang po para maintindihan po ninyo. Maraming salamat. At next na po. Yun, dito na tayo. Spelling, as the saying goes, a good investigator is a good reporter writing because if you are poor reporter right sa speller, do not aim to be an investigator. Yan, basahin nyo na lang po yung spelling. Ito yung paliwanag po niyan. Spelling is very important. Spelling is important for 3 reasons. Communication, spelling is a critical component of communication. Literacy, spelling, and reading skill are closely related and help develop overall literacy. Employment, spelling quality has a direct impact on employment opportunity. Okay po. Yun po yung ibig sabihin po ng spelling. Yung sinabi ko po kanina. Next po. Rules and spelling. IE or EI. When the sound is long, E is as before except after C. Remember the old rhyme that say use I before E. Kunyari E, G. Parang shortcut. Yung ganun. Parang ganun. Believe failed Christ. Except after C. Yun nga po. Ano na lang po. Next po. Prefix or more letters added before the root word to make a new word. You do not have to worry about or letter. Simply write the prefix and the root word it is. Ayan. Ibig sabihin ng prefix is a word part added to the beginning of a word that change that word's meaning. Ito yung mga word na dependent sa root word is can stand alone. Mahalaga ang mga prefix kapag bubuo tayo ng panibagong mga salita. Ikinakabit ito sa unahan. For example, ito. An. Tapos, yung sa root word, known. Yung new word, unknown. Parang ito yung bubuo sa, ilinalagay yun sa pinakauna. Yun, nakikita mo naman natin po dyan sa PowerPoint. Kaya, mabilis lang po natin yung malalaman. Yun po. Suffix, these are one or more syllable and after the root word, adding a suffix, not a simple adding prefix. Yan naman, ang suffix naman ay ang mga words na ikinakabit sa dulo o hulihan ng mga salita. Yun yung kinakabit nila sa dulo, yung parang pangdugtong para mabuo yung words at maganda yung pagkakatunog nila at yung kahulugan. Yun nga po. Next po. Next po. Final silent, when adding to the word, you drop the final silent if the suffix begin with a vowel. A, E, I, O, U. Root word, suffix, new word, come. Dadagdagan natin ng, yan, coming, imagine. Yun, basahin nyo lang po natin. Yun po. When adding suffix or word, keep the silent E if the suffix begin with a consonant. Root word, suffix, new word, hope. Tapos sa suffix niya, full. Pagdugtungin natin niya, hopeful. Yun. Common sense lang po yan sa atin. Kaya, next po. You can change the Y. You can change the Y to I when you add suffix. Proceed by a constant. The exception and adding ling ata yan or ist. Yan, ito yung root word niya, suffix new word. Ito yung happy, tapos dadagdagan ng sa suffix niya ness. Pagdugtungan, happiness. Yung parang dadagdagan natin ng es sa ulyan. Tapos when adding suffix a word that ends in y, keep the y if the letter before the y is a vowel. Ito naman yung example niya. Ballet, tapos new word, yan. Attorney, attorneys. Parang may dudugtungan natin ng S. Yun, next po. The final consonant when a word ends is a consonant. Sometimes the consonant is double and sometimes is not when you add a suffix. Double consonant when your following condition are present. You double the final consonant. You are adding suffix and begins with a vowel like in ed or est or ist or able running skip it. Yan po yung mga sinasabi niyan sa suffix. Mga example po yan. Pakibasa na lang po ninyo sa PowerPoint. Tapos, next. Ito naman yung mga meaning ay mga example po. Pares din po yun doon. When two or more vowels preside that final consonant is a contain plus ing containing of appear plus ed appeared, parang kunyari may dinudugtong tayo depende sa words na gusto nating i-impress. Next po. And adding a you add s to make most nouns plural as books, automobiles, guns, suspect. Adding es, you add es to nouns ending it s e s s h x or z as in. Ayun nga po. Next po. Words commonly implied in a police report. Ito yung mga ini-imply, yung makikita natin sa mga police report na karamihan nagagamit itong words na to sa police report. Ito, abduction, environment, accelerated, exaggerated accessories, accident, existent, accumulate, experience, achievement, explanation, accurate evidence, acute extortion, affidavit, vaccination, fascination, altercation, malabo kasi, sorry. Basta yan po yung makikita natin sa ano, mga police report na karaniwang ginagamit po na mga words. Next po. Next po. Next. Ayan. Ito na po yung karugtong yan. Marami po yan na yan po. Pakitignan nyo na lang po sa ano nyo, sa PowerPoint. Tapos dito naman tayo sa abbreviation. Is a modern age with the tempo like becoming faster than is the need for shortcuts to be used to make communication fix and more effective abbreviation are the shortcuts. Ibig sabihin, ito yung mga pinadaling words para umikli yung ano, pero parehas yung meaning niya. Parang pinaikli lang yung word. Kunyari, yan, yung example po, nandun mamaya. Sige po, next. Ito, abbreviation required periods with the exemption of names of governments, agencies, and departments, radio and television station, and well-known organization and school when may be written without periods. Ito nga po yun. Yung mga parang meaning, yung mga shortcut na lang po nila. Tapos ito po yung common abbreviation. Kunya AD, Anno Domini in Year Our Lord. Parang kunyari, mga acronym na lang yung linalagay nila para mapa-shortcut. Tapos next po. Ito, months of the year or more than. Okay, ito na po yun, yung mga abbreviation talaga. Yung abbreviation po, i-shortcut ko na po. Ibig sabihin po yan, mga pinaikling words. Kunyari, Miss, MS lang. Tapos, pag Mrs., imbis na MISIS, Mrs., ilalagay MRS na lang. Yun po. Tapos yung doctor, imbis na words na doctor, ilalagyan DR. Yun na lang po yung ibig sabihin ng abbreviation, pina-shortcut. Sige po, next. Next po. Next po. Ito naman yun. Sa general whole number, 10 below are spelled out is a 1, 2, or 3. Numbers above 10 are within numerals is a 12. Ibig sabihin parang pinadali. Yun na po yun. Next. Tapos ito po yung following example. Age. Ito yung quantities at measurement almost expressed in figures. Yung sinasabi po kanina, age. Kaya 20 years, 2 months, 3 days. Parang hinahalo na sa words yung ano, yung number. Tapos dinudugtong sa words. Tapos yung date, imbis na ONE, nilagyan as in one talagan. Yung number as in one, hindi na words na yung words ng one. Okay. Italics when words, ito naman tayo. Italics when words are written in the print, you say that they are in italics correspond the undertake and handwriting and typewriter materials. Next. Yun, ibig sabihin ng statics ba? Yung may nakikita kayo na patagilid kapag nagbabasa kayo. Ito lang example Pag nagbabasa kayo, tapos may napapansin kayo sa libro, makikita to sa libro, newspapers, makikita nyo naman nakatagilid yung ano, yung words. Yun, ganun po yung sinasabi dyan sa italics words. Tapos, ayun na po. Next po. Okay po. Tapos na po kami mag-report. Thank you po. Maraming salamat po.
Maraming salamat po sa pakikinig.
Thank you po. God bless.